Good evening, everyone. Now we can start the session. Today, topic on behavior-based safety. It's commonly known as BBS. In today, we will explore how the human behavior directly influence the safety performance in engineering industries and how the organization can proactively reduce accident by understanding and shaping behavior. Engineering industries, whether manufacturing, construction, fabrications, or heavy engineering, or environment where workers engaged with high risk machinery, hazardous materials, and complex process. Even though these industries invest heavily in in engineering controls, PPE and safety policies, and incidents still occur. The research shows that nearly 80% of workplace accident are caused by unsafe behavior, not unsafe condition. This means even in a well-designed and well-maintained workplace, human decisions, habits, and attitude it's play a very important role in determining safety outcomes. As a future engineers, the supervisors or industry professionals, the understanding BBS will be essential. You will be responsible for terms, process, and equipment, knowing how to influence safe behavior can help you reduce the risk, improve the productivity, and even promote a strong safety culture. In the introductions, the engineering workplace involved machinery, tools, chemicals, and high risk operations, right? So, even though the technology and safety system have advanced, unsafe human behavior continue to be a major causes of accident. So the study shows, the previously I mentioned that the 80% of workplace accident are linked to unsafe actions rather than the unsafe conditions. So the goal of BBS is to proactively identify and correct unsafe behavior before they result in accident. So these sections will highlight why the behavior is matter, how BBS works, and how as a future engineers can you contribute to building a strong safety culture. Why do accident happen? first we want to be understand that base. The accident do not happen randomly. They are usually the outcome of a chain of behavior and conditions. Common causes include, that time pressures, even fatigue, even overconfidence, even the lack of awareness, even the improper training, shortcuts, even that beer to beer influence. So these are the factors. Normally it's interact and human workers decisions in high pressure environments, that such as engineering workshop and constrained sites. So the human factors greatly to increase the risk. So by recognizing these causes, we can design interventions that encourage the safe behavior and reduce the unsafe habits. The unsafe act versus unsafe conditions. Unsafe act, it refers to behavior such as not wearing, that it's PPE. Yes, that equipment, personal prevent equipments, even bypassing safe mechanisms, or improper machines handling. So unsafe conditions refers to environmental or equipment related hazards, like that the poor lighting, or faculty equipments. Although that the both contribute to the accident, PBS primarily focused on modifying their unsafe act. They are more frequent and directly controllable. So encourage safe behavior can significantly lower incident rates even when conditions are not ideal. So what is behavior based safety, BBS? Behavior based safety is a scientific approach. It's focusing on observing, that analysis and improve the human behavior. Yes, observe first, we want to be observed, then analysis how we can go for that, then to find out they are improving in the human behavior. That is BBS. Unlike the traditional safety programs that often react to accident, the BBC is proactive. It's relied on, it's a positive reinforcement rather than punishment. So the core idea is that safe behavior can be learned, reinforced, and sustained when the individual understand the impact of the feel supposed. Here I'm just to giving one ABC model of behavior. That model of behaviors usually used in the BBC concept industries. The ABC model is one of the most powerful tools in behavior based safety. It explains why the people behave the way they do. It breaks the behavior into three components. One is A, B, C. That is that it's antecedent, behavior, and consequence. That is the understanding these components. It's help supervisors, engineers, and safety leaders protect and influence the actions in the workplace. The A, that it's antecedent, that is, or the signals that occurs before a behavior. It is a clue combinance. If its antecedent is nothing, it is experience, even the qualifications based should be occurred. They set the stage for a person to act in a particular way. Example, supervisor giving instructions, warning signal, then alarm sound, even the safety training sessions, the availability of PPE, yes, personal protective equipments, then yeah, work schedule or task assignment, peer pressures, like that. In behavior, the action itself, yes, this refers to the that observation and measurable actions. Example, wearing the personal protective equipment or not, following or ignoring the SOP, standard operating procedures, bypassing their missionary gods. So the behavior is most important for here. So here this model to explain their behavior sense. It's correct or incorrect the material handling or like that. Then
Okay.
consequences. See, the consequences result that follow the behavior. The consequences of the event that happen immediately after the behavior, and they strong influence whether the behavior will happen again. You know, properly they are weird personal prevent equipment, they are following their proper SOP, definitely the consequence is positive, right? Maybe they ignore their behavior, they are showing their attitude, like that, so automatically you know that its negative consequence will appear. The positive consequence, we get the appreciations, recognitions, even rewards or incentives also. But the negative consequence, definitely we get the injuries, that it's extra workload, sometimes we get penalties also. So, how the ABC model help the supervisors, right? So, by analyzing their behavior through ABC, supervisor can identify the why unsafe actions are happening. Yes. Second, it's modifying the triggers. Yes. That is modifying the triggers. It comes under that antecedent. That is A. So the safe choices are earlier. The observe and correct the behavior yearly. Yes. The accident happens before we want to change that behavior. Right. Otherwise, to face the consequences. So, create these stronger positive consequences for safe practices. So, the ABC model, it's help for the supervisors to control their, yes, entire mechanisms before to make some accidents. Then, it's a core element of BBS. A successful BBS program, it's include its behavior observations, checklist. This every department we want to maintain some checklist before to go for handling their work. For example, we are handling their high missionaries like that. Definitely, we want to wear the gloves, helmets, like that. So the checklist we want to be follow all the things it's before done. So beer to beer observations, yes, the close, that is, we can say that it's a micro observations. That is the close observations. Because anything go for wrong, immediately we want to be protect. That is the core elements of BBS. Then immediate constructive feedbacks. If anything is there, definitely we want to open transparent feedbacks we want to share. Of course, the next slide I am just to be explain in depth for the constructive feedbacks, because the feedback system is most important. So many times the open feedbacks to prevent the employees and helpful for the supervisors also. So the data recording, and analysis, action planning, recognition systems. So these elements, it's work together to create a cycle of continuous improvement where unsafe behavior are reduced and safe practices are encouraged constantly. Then feedback systems. The feedbacks is one of the most critical components of behavior based safety. Even the most well designed safety programs will fall if the workers do not receive, timely, meaningful, even respectable feedbacks about their behavior. So the goal of feedbacks in BBS is not to blame, right? It's not to punish, but to coach, guide, suggest, and support the workers in making safer choice. Okay, if we are giving some feedbacks, means it's not only giving their feedbacks in negative, right? It is a corrective system. So it is not a punishable one, it is a suggestions, and even though we can give some feedbacks for the supportive purpose. So we can see one by one. First, constructive feedbacks. The constructive feedbacks, it's focused on solutions, not in fault. So it explained what the behavior was, why it is risky or safe, or how to correct if it is needed. The key characteristics of constructive behaviors, it is specific, not in general, right? So example, I noticed your lift the material without it's bending your knees. Yes, rather than you are unsafe. We are specifically, we want to give that feedback, that is constructive feedbacks. Then it focused on behavior, not on person, right? Here the 100% partiality is not happening. So it's include guidance or suggestions for improvements. It is it's that it is immediate, given as soon as possible after observations. Second, the private feedback. The private feedback is must be delivered privately, because the whenever correcting unsafe behavior. Why the private feedback is needed? Because it's avoid embarrassment or even defensiveness, right? The workers feel respected and valued also. It strengthens the relationship between observer and the workers. So the people are more willing to listen and change when they do not feel judged, judgment in public. So the private feedback shows that the intention is improvement, not the punishment. Then respectable feedbacks. If the feedback is rude, harsh, or authenticative, that it's authoritative way like that, the workers will resist it, even if the message is incorrect. Yes, so the respectable feedbacks include using calm, friendly tone, even asking the questions rather than giving orders. Then listening to the workers' perspective also, then acknowledging the challenges. Yes, the heat, some time pressures, or some fatigue, we want to be understand, right? That is, it's a respective feedbacks. Example, I understand you were working under the time pressures. Let's find a way to finish the task safety without rushing. So that much of feedbacks, the helpful for the workers to motivate to work, engaged to work. Otherwise, they lose their confidence. Otherwise, they yes face their negative consequence. Then reinforcement safe actions. One of the key strength of BBS is it's focused on the positive. When the workers display safe behavior, but must be reinforcement through. When the workers display safe behaviors, it must be reinforced through verbal appreciations, recognitions in meeting, even the appreciation message, even the small rewards or tokens. So why it's giving their impact? Because the people repeat behavior that are appreciated. Yes, so the positive reimbursement is far more effective than punishment for long term change. So that is more important for the reinforcement safe actions. So that's feedback is most important. Then guide unsafe actions. Guidance means it's helping the workers understand why the behavior is unsafe and showing them the correct method. It's include explaining the risk behind the action, demonstrating their correct method, ensuring the workers has right tools. Yes, to wearing their PPE, that is prevent personal equipment, personal prevent equipments. Then offering support instead of blame. So the worker must feel the observer is that they are help, not to find our fault. That much of things we want to create their workers mind, then only the workers just to changing their behaviors. Then build trust. Trust is the backbone of the entire feedback process. When the workers trust observers or supervisors, they openly accept the feedbacks. They report hazards without fear. We are giving their chance to share openly, right? We want to give that much of opportunity. They participate honestly in BBS observations. So they feel psychologically safe. That feeling we want to be create in their workers. So the trust it grows when the feedback is confident, that the observers show empathy, then it's confidently is maintained. So the workers are treated as the partners in safety, non violators. So in BPS, yes, its feedback is about partnership, is not the policing. So in summary, an effective feedback system is focused on building a supportive relationship where the workers feel motivated to maintain the safe behavior. Constructive, private and respectable feedback is the heart of strong safety culture. Then positive reinforcement. The positive reinforcement includes appreciations, safety awards, verbal recognitions, and small incentives. These help the strengthen safe behavior. The people repeat behaviors that are rewarded and acknowledged. This approach has been proven for even the more effective than the punishment in sustaining its long-term safety practices. Then we can find out the root causes of unsafe behavior. The root causes of unsafe behavior, it's do not occur randomly. They are usually the result of deeper issues within the work environment or system. To create a strong safety culture, we must understand, yes, why the people choose the unsafe actions. Anyone, you just to think that any one human, it's voluntarily to take their punishment, or voluntarily to get some injuries? Definitely no. But some reason is behind, right? First we want to be understand that that is root cause. By identify the root cause, the organization can develop long term sustainable safety improvement rather than reacting to incident. First one is lack of skills. The many unsafe behaviors come from workers not having their technical skills. It's required to perform tasks safely. Example, improper machine handling, right? Incorrect manual lifting, then incorrect usual used the tools, even not wearing or anything in not aware about their PVB. Yes, personal prevent equipments. Then inability to interpret safety signs, even equipment indicators. So why it's happened? Insufficient training. Yes. So no hands-on practice. Then new employment left unsupervised. Then complex thoughts. That it's too quickly. So here the solution is the regular skill-based training, right? It's even that giving their opportunity to learn some certificate courses, refresher sections want to be arranged, and giving arrangement of mentoring sections, one-to-one mentoring, yes, the mentor mentee sections, uh, group mentoring sections if you needed for arranging their into individual mentoring sections. So we can improve the lack of skills. Yes, we can improve these skills, so automatically it won't happen. So this is one of the root cause. Second one is that it's unclear or poorly communicated SOP. SOP is nothing, standard operating procedure. Each and everything we want to be follow their standard operating procedure. SOP is nothing. It's consist of rules and regulation. Do's and don'ts should be included in the SOP, right? That is consist of SOP. So we can follow their SOP. Definitely we can avoid their such a incident and accident. So even when safety procedures exist, the workers may not follow them because SOP are too lengthy or technical. Even they are not understanding their SOPs. Then they are not written in simple language and clear language also. Then they are outdated. For example, one person it's working in Maharashtra state. Yes, so the SOP is written by Marathi. So how that person is not basically aware about their Marathi. Yes, no translation is also available. So how the employees, I mean the how the workers just to be understand their SOP, right? So that is also, yes, another thing is the SOP also, the first the superior, yes, the supervisors want to be explained practical, I mean before that, because that the technical terms, everything they want to be understand. Otherwise it's we getting some lackness, yes, lackingness. So the impact is the workers rely on guesswork, or that immediate unsafe shortcuts to see the beer people, to see their colleagues. Yes, they did na, so automatically to face the problems. So the solution is we the simplicity of SOP we want to be frame, then display them visually, train the workers regularly, and ensure everyone understand why each steps or matter. So such a clear communications we are giving automatically, that is one of the root causes. Yes, we want to be find out. Then inadequate supervisions, the supervisors play a key role in reinforcing safe behavior. When the supervision is weak, yes, so unsafe practices go unnoticed, the workers feel no accountability, then safety rules also lose importance, the training does not translate in the real time behavior. So some causes of inadequate supervisions include the supervisors overloaded with administrative works, then lack of leadership training, so avoiding difficult conversation with workers. So these many reasons, these are the causes should be affected. So what is the solution of this? That is, it strengthen the supervisor skills. Yes, conduct regular walkthrough, then and encourage the coaching rather than that it's policing. So such a thing we can definitely we can give their solution. Then lack of resources. Sometimes the workers behave unsafety because they simply do not have what they need. Example, lack of gloves, lack of helmets. Yes, so the sometimes many of the companies not to be properly getting their PPE also. Yes, personal prevent equipments also. That poor quality of PPE. Yes, then faculty or unavailable tools, then insufficient manpowers, then missing safety guards or barriers. So these are the things also it's creating their accident. So the solution is ensure proper procurement, maintenance, and timely available tools. Yes, even enough availability of PPE and its manpower also. Then protection pressure. In engineering and manufacturing industries, pressure is meet deadline often become a major root cause of the unsafe act. It's a avoidable, unavoidable one. So, that it's a rushing task, skipping PPE because it save times. Yes. Then ignoring log out and tag out to resuming operating fosters. Yes. So the solution is balance productivity and safety. So the communication realistic deadlines and ensure management emphasize safety over speed. Then here I'm just giving their very simple example. It's helpful for your understanding. Yes, the pressures. Yes, we want to just uh, go for, yes, the office timing is 9. You just to be imagined, definitely before 9 we want to punch, otherwise we face some uh, punishment, right? So in that cases, we just to be wake up for 8 o'clock. Yes, we want to prepare some noodles, yes, for our breakfast. We want to take any preventions, yes, because we want to save the time, right? So immediately, without wearing their safety gloves, without wearing their that it's some tags of the kitchens, yes, so automatically we straightly to just to be boil that vessels and do the noodles and take that breakfast, then go and rush up. So that situation maybe some accident maybe happen, right? So how we can avoid, because to wake up early. So the small incident also we want to be avoid. We need some solutions. First, we want to be understand what is the root cause. Yes, because the delayed wake up. That is the root. The problem is delayed wake up. So that why. So this is the same thing. Every industries, every actions, we want to find out their root cause. Yes, then we find the solutions. So automatically we avoid their major accidents. Then stress and fatigue. You know that it's physically mental conditions strongly influence behavior. The causes is long working hours, the high heat, its noise, or even the different environmental conditions. So the personal stress or lack of sleep, so that it's a repetitive work or it's a monotonous task, right? So the effect is slow reactions time, even the poor judgments, even that it's reduced some concentration also. So the higher risk is mistake. So the solution here is provide the adequate breaks, rotate task, then monitor its fatigue levels, then and create a supportive work environment. So, why the identifying root causes matters? Because if we only correct the unsafe actions without addressing the root cause, the behavior will return, right? So identifying the underlying reasons helps the organizations like design better training programs, improve the communications, re-engineers workflows, then provide right tools and supervisions, then strengthen the safety culture. So this lead to long-term behavior changes. Yes, the behavior changes and sustain safety improvement. Understanding the root cause allow us to improve beyond blame. Yes, the individual, and that it's instead it's strengthen the entire safety systems. When the system becomes safer, the behavior automatically improve. Are you accepted now? Yes. Then manufacturing industry example. In a manufacturing plant, the workers were experiencing frequent hand injuries, right? So become they removed gloves to increase speed BBS interventions. It's included, that it's a coaching, issuing better uh, fitting gloves, and rewarding constant PPE use. As a result, its hand injuries reduced by 40%. So this example demonstrates how modifying behavior, right? It's directly improve the safety outcomes. Then constructive industries example. A common issue in construction workers, it's not wearing the harness, that it's a while working at height. Some it's a cornices, it's not to be weared. So through the beer observation and positive feedbacks, the compliance improves significantly. This example is highlight how the BBS can change the behavior even in highly valuable environment like construction sites. Then engineering workshop example, common unsafe behavior among, it's include not wearing, it's Google's events, that it's touching machines without permissions, even running a workshop areas and mishandling their chemicals. So introducing BBS practice in workshop, it helps that instill safe habits yearly. That it's preparing the students for professional environment. So these are the example, you just to be understand the particular sectors or industries to introducing their BBS systems, involving their BBS system, what are the advantages behind. Then the benefits of BBS. The entire sections we have discussed about their BBS. Yes, so what is the benefits? So the BBS leads to reduce the accident, improve the safety culture, it's better communications, increase the productivity and stronger teamwork. It also create the sense of ownership and accountability among the workers. So they encourage them to take the responsibility for their own and others' safety. We can end for the summary sessions. The behavior plays a major role in safety performance. The BBS provide a proactive approach to reducing risk by shaping behavior. Implementing BBS in engineering labs, the workshop and industries can significantly improve the safety outcomes. So now I just welcome any questions you may have regarding their behavior based safety and its applications. Please. Students, please, if you having any questions regarding that. At least I'm expecting few questions. Sorry.
Hello, madam.
Okay.
There
Yes.
is no questions. Actually, everything was clear. There is no specific question. That's why we are not responding, I believe.
Okay,
About.
Sandeep. Actually, every sections, the end of the section, the students to ask few questions. So that's why I'm just to be rush up their sessions in uh, only for 45 minutes. Okay. If having any other suggestions regarding BBS, it's okay. You don't have any questions. I understand because you don't have any doubts. Thank you, first of all. If having any suggestions regarding BBS, what is your opinion? At least we want to discuss few things here.
Of course, see, mostly what we does as an implementation side of BBS, whenever we are finding any observations or anything, on what basis, on what platform we are raising that, whether it is verbal, direct, or how we are recording it, and those all things if you are discussing the next time, then that will be more interesting. And because different companies having different system, how you are implementing that, it is just to report the unsafe things by basically, I mean, behavioral related unsafe things verbally, and formally there are different types of methods are there. So is there any different I mean innovative ideas from the different perspective? That is also would like to understand, and next time
Yes,
that can
we
also be
can.
improved.
Sure, sure. We can see some companies. Yes, for example, if you take some manufacturing company, even Hyundai, they are taking say, some different BBS systems. Yes, if you take some IT companies, even Infosys, also they are giving some training in the training separate training sections arranged in the Mysore. Yes, that these trainings, everything, only giving their improvement of the attitude of the workers, because they are strongly believe that yes, many of the leading companies now, you know, that it's after that automations, intervention of automations and AI, especially internet of things, everything should be, you know, that it's involved in a, then lot of changes is happen in their manufacturing industry itself. They set the alarm, yes, alarm point, lot of things, it's a new intervention should be included. But the thing is, workers voluntarily to want to be take that, utilize such a thing, because you know some factors also I'm just to be highlighted, due to time pressure, the task completions, so they are avoiding such a, they are not ready to using such a system, because their main motive is target, they want to be achieve their targets. So that is also reason. But nowadays the management also giving lot of importance to the humans, in a literate, educated people leading their institute nowadays, something should be changed their opinion also. Example, um, some heavy lifted machines mechanic involved in their companies also, nowadays they are understand their workers difficulties, they want to be induce, or they want to be make some stress regarding their physical burden of the workers. They are arranging some robotics instead of their physical, to sharing their physical burnings, I mean burdens. So these are the thing nowadays, the even that developed, underdeveloped I mean countries also, normally they want to be encouraged. So nowadays we'll see. But the thing is, now the engaged one concept is there. Yesterday also I took that MBA students in that concept, engaged employee, that is most important. Yes, the previous 4 or 5 years before, the concept is job satisfaction is most important for the workers. But now, yes, the last year they changed the entire concept of human resource, that is engaged employee. What is the difference between job satisfied, I mean satisfied employee, as well as engaged employee? Means the satisfied employees, it's look into their own comfort. Yes, but engaged employee, it's not like that. The engaged employee, it's focused on the vision and mission of the companies. So any one companies, their intention is not only convert the satisfied employees, they want to be maintain, or they want to be convert the engaged employees. So engaged employees, definitely they won't bother about their um, some other factors, their own comfort, everything. They bother about their brand name of the companies, how we can go for mission and vision align for that our particular companies, like that. So definitely that behavior safety, they want to be, the every organization, the management is responsible to teach our workers about their behavior safety. Okay, thank you Sandeep, thank you so much for your questions. Really, the next week I will try to take that your requirements. The few question is one person's just to posted in the chat box. Yes, definitely I'm just to sharing their PDF. If any other suggestions or discussions in your side, any other students? Okay, you don't have any questions, please leave the sessions. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.